dead or alive. And I repeat, nobody can wish away this whole matter of killing by the state. And they want us to believe it is not them. Now we are calling it as it is, abductions and killing by the state. State-sponsored killings. So I think Mheshimiwa Eugene, I'm sure you can recall that some of us went to court, even demanded the presence of the Inspector General of Police and the Director of the CID. Eventually they turned up, and what is amazing is on the day they turned up, it is the same day that two bodies were apparently identified here. So it is obvious those who abducted them were following what's going on in courts and in the country. The police entries are talking about murder in the case of one body, and the other one death by drowning. And they want the country to believe that that is actually the true story. Well, yesterday, Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi was here, along with Senator Dan Manzo, representing the families. And they were able to express shock. For Justin Muturi said, it could just have been like one of these parents had he not had the privilege to reach out to the highest authority in the land, President Ruto, and that's probably what saved his son. But these are the parents who are not as lucky because hawajui jinsi ya kumfikia rais. Ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba mauaji haya yamefanywa na watu ambao wana uhusiano ama wajulikana wao wenyewe, kikundi ambacho kimekuwa na hiyo tabia, na hata kama hakijulikani, ni jukumu la serikali iliyoko mamlakani kulinda wananchi wasije wakawa abducted. So it is like in this country, it's a free for all. There's nobody who can defend you. And when you get abducted and killed, I liked the headline in the Standard, abducted and killed. That is the whole truth. Therefore, I agree with Mheshimiwa Muturi that this country needs to set up a commission of inquiry into the whole matter of these illegal, illegitimate, unfortunate abductions, which have caught the attention of the entire world. And it will not be a commission to be established by William Ruto alone. It must involve the opposition, and if they are willing. And if they are not willing, we will hold our sessions and decide whether to constitute our own commission of inquiry. These killings cannot just be wished away. It is too heavy a price for the country to pay. Just to assume murder, death by murder, death by drowning. So we are here to express Our condolences to the families affected, and even those, because you're also demanding there are 2 other bodies unidentified, or 1 at least. On behalf of the families, the country would want to have them dead or alive. And I repeat, nobody can wish away this whole matter of killing by the state. And they want us to believe it is not them. Now we are calling it as it is: abductions and killing by the state. State-sponsored killings. So I think Mheshimiwa Eugene and viongozi wenzangu hapa, Mheshimiwa Senator Wambua, I think some of these young men are from your county. Mheshimiwa County Women Rep, Mheshimiwa Kasalu na wale viongozi wengine, Mheshimiwa Waititu, we shall consult and find a way forward. It cannot be that this is the end of the matter. If anything, it is the beginning ya kuwafichua hawa, so that they will know this is a country under the rule of law and not a country under the rule of gangsters who operate with the full knowledge and concurrence and perhaps support of the state. That's what I want to say for now, and we have to act. We know the Law Society has even demanded certain other actions. Of course, some of us are members of the Law Society, and we must all dig in and fight for the true liberation of this country.
Thank you very much. Let me also join my brother in passing my condolences to the families of Martin and Justice. They are here with us, and we've been able to see the bodies of these 2 young men. They were supposed to be produced in court, but they were identified here dead. There are other missing. We're talking about the Mlolongo 3. But in the previous case, you remember, we had 6 missing young men. When we had Kinakibet and the rest, 5 were recovered. They went back to their families. Steve is still missing, the 6th person. We want to say this matter must be addressed. The buck stops with William Ruto, the president and the commander-in-chief. He cannot be busy protecting Haitian women and children from gangs and abductors 12,000 kilometers away in Haiti. And Kenyan children are being killed like flies. He cannot be too busy running to DRC to protect the Congolese women and children. And Kenyan women and children are being murdered right here. And the police are clueless. They're saying they do not know who is abducting these young Kenyans. There's just one thing in common here. They are critics of this government. Since the 25th of June, 2024, William Ruto and his government have been tracing these young men. They have been picking them up one by one, and the intention is to silence them. But today, as we stand with the families, we want to say, yes, you might silence Justice, who is very silent in this morgue here, or Martin and others. But you are not going to silence Kenyans. You must do what is right. What you promised in Homa Bay to stop the abductions, to release all abductees, that is something you must honor. And we're here to demand that. And to also say that we would expect, not more than a week from now, that a commission of inquiry is formed, so that we have all parties concerned to get to the bottom of this matter of abductions, which is not just a matter of national concern, but international concern. So that is one demand as we stand here as the opposition, we want to insist on, and we thank you for coming to condole with these families.
Senator?
Thank you very much. I also want to add my voice to what our leaders have said, condoling with the families of especially Martin. and justice. I want to go on record so the country may know that actually there is a body that was brought here, and it's on the record, alongside the body tagged 2390. There is a body tagged 2360, which even the morgue operators are unable to say where that body is. It's on the record, but nobody knows where the body is. I want to call on the president, as a leader in this country, to just do the honorable thing. These children who have been killed in the manner that they have been killed are children belonging to Kenyan parents. These children are precious in the eyes of their parents, as Ruto's children are precious in his own eyes. And as the president, if he is either unwilling or unable to stop this spate of abductions, then he has no business being in office. The first responsibility of any government is to protect the lives of its citizens. If Kenya's lives cannot be protected under the leadership of one William Samoei Ruto, then him and his government have no business whatsoever being in office. As our leaders have said, let a commission be set and let the truth be told. I thank you.
First and foremost, I want to condole with the families that have been affected by the abduction of their children. And when I look at this, I feel that there is a scheme. And these bodies are being released piecemeal. I want to believe that possibly all the bodies are actually here. But they are doing it in a time, in a manner, when they feel to release a body, they release it. And they are forgetting that these are children, their mothers. I'm a mother myself. I can only imagine what the parents are going through. So I want to ask Mr. Ruto, you promised to end abductions. And you are busy in Congo and sending our troops to Haiti and all over. While your own people, when your own people are being abducted and being killed. This is absurd. And actually, if I was the commissioner of police, I think by now I should have resigned. Because your foremost duty is protect Kenyans, and you have failed totally to do that. So as Kenyans, we want our children released alive or dead.